What's up everyone, thanks for tuning in again. With the MapleStory 2 beta being just around the corner, I think it's a great time to look back at all the other things that MapleStory 1 had. Talking about the good old days, right? So remember those times like hunting at Pig Beach or killing mushrooms, you know, all those kind of things? Let's take a look back at that. Starting off with number 1, we have the old MapleStory login. Not just the looks of it, but also the background music. I actually recently tweeted about this and this tweet got like 2k retweets, so I guess a lot of people do remember this. But yeah, the MapleStory login was something else, man. And one thing that MapleStory like always stands out is the background music. And a lot of people just looking at this image, they hear already right away what the background music is like. That's the OG stuff, man. Right now it's completely gone, you can't access it anymore. It's like because you log into the Nexon launcher. Those were the days. People always have fond memories of PQs, writing down names of people to keep track of them, where they are in the PQ, like using the /find, which you also can't do anymore. But this was not what number 2 is about. Number 2 is about a very specific numbering order. If I show this on the screen, do people actually remember what this was about? I'm actually not sure from which stage this was. It was from the Ludi PQ, of course. There were these boxes and you would have to find the correct order of boxes to go up. But for some time, at least in the OG MapleStory, there was this code basically that you could use because the code never changed for every party quest. It was the same code, so people figured it out and they would just say this number, then you know exactly which box you need to do. It was a bit of a cheat back then, but hey, a lot of people used to do this. So I asked on Twitter, guys, I want to do another MapleStory nostalgia video. What should I include? And one of the reactions that I got was, oh, I remember scamming so many people. Well, scamming is not nice, you shouldn't do it. But yeah, remember drop games? You would drop something, then the other person would drop something, and then yeah, it would just be about dropping stuff, but there usually used to be someone hidden somewhere where that would just swoop in and steal your stuff, you know? Like, though I remember there was this one map where people would lure other people to like, oh come here, we're gonna do the drop game, and you could stand like behind some beams or something so the other player couldn't see you, and they would say like, yeah, stand over there and drop something, and then the other player would loot it and you would be like scammed of your stuff. Drop games were pretty popular back then. I haven't seen anyone do it quite recently, so I'm pretty sure no one really cares about drop games anymore, but yeah, it used to be sort of a scammy way to get people out of their stuff. Next up, this is not old school, but still it was a big thing back then, and it just got removed as well. This is past Big Bang though, so it's not super OG, okay? Please don't kill me for that. But remember when there was PvP in MapleStory, like actual PvP with the stages. There was Ice Night, there was Free for All, there was also Teams, I believe. There were some pretty cool PvP modes. I really miss PvP, man. It was really fun. Some classes were extremely broken, and for some reason Nexon thought it was a good idea to include the potential stats that you had. So if you would be super funded, you would just literally pay to win. So yeah, that didn't really work out that well, so they removed it in the end, but I really enjoyed PvP, and I'm not sure if people already still are playing after Big Bang. I'm pretty sure a lot of you were, because Big Bang, there was a pretty high spike in people playing at that time. But yeah, it's gone, and there's no other PvP anymore in MapleStory besides that one where you kind of like roleplay, so that you're transferred to other character with different skills, but you're not your own character. That was in the Star World, so it's not really the same, you know. I miss PvP. PvP was pretty cool. So old MapleStory was not all fun and games, you know. Leveling was quite slow, walking to places was quite slow, but it was also part of the adventure and the journey. You felt really accomplished. One of the things that I really hated, unless I was the one doing it, then it was really fun, was the summoning sacks. Remember those little black sacks that would summon robos or balrogs or snails, anything? Those were the days, man. You could just like some unexpected noobs were just AFKing and Hennessy's. Not anymore. Bam! Monster summoning, everyone dead. Or you could unleash them at Ludi PQ or Kerning PQ. Those were the days. Unless you were actually there trying to level up and you would die, and then yeah. One of the things that also got removed at one point, I really enjoyed this because it made people feel more connected besides the guild thing. There was this thing called the family system. Not quite sure if people still remember that. Someone would be the founding family member, then it would be 2 other family members. They would include 2 other family members, that would like a big pyramid scheme basically. And you could, if your family members below you would train, then you would get EXP. You could get points, and those points you could trade in for EXP buffs, for drop buffs, all those kind of things. You could teleport to your family members. it was a pretty wicked system. Unfortunately, removed it at one point. So yeah, no, we're no longer a family, guys. I'm sorry. I remember that in MapleStory Europe, there was this one massive family, like everyone just joined that one. And it was just, everyone was one big family. It was pretty cool actually. So in one of our previous videos, we mentioned a lot of other things like the dice, Dexter's Assassins, Zakem Jump Quest. But talking about Zakem, there was one thing that we didn't mention back then, and that was the Zakem hat service. So back then Zakem was pretty tough. You would either need to be like super dedicated to solo it with super crazy funding, or remember no potential back then, or you would have like a big guild that would kill it for you. And what people did back then is, hey, I'm a noob, I can't beat Zakem myself, but you know what? I'll pay you 50 mil, which was a lot back then. And yeah, you go kill Zakem for me. I go stand in the corner, chilling, you know, getting heals, spamming those old cures and potions until it dies, and then I'll loot the Zakem helmet. What do you say? That was like Zakem helmet service. A lot of players did it for. A lot of players did it back then. It was the way for people who just couldn't beat the bosses still, you know, because Zakem helmets were untradeable, but they were like super godly, plus 15 on stats. Bloody hell, I want one of those. And the final thing that's on the list, it's not a big thing or anything, but it's a thing that I did enjoy back then and I still miss to this day, is the old school mounts, the Hawk mount and the Dragon mount for players who reached max level, which was level 200 back then. So not even level 250, no, level 200 was fine. You do a whole quest to get this mount, and then you would, you'd be able to ride on it. You'll be faster than other people, and because they broke the speed limit, which was I think 150, and the mount would go 170, something like that. Anyway, it was wild, man. Level 2, there was no other mounts, remember that, it was just a Hawk, and level 200 people could get this this red dragon, which was even super cool, you know. And then later KOC came, and they had their own mounts and things like that, and then the whole mount gacha came into play. But before that, yeah, those were the days. So I remember this is like the third video that I made about nostalgic things. I'm pretty sure I'm running out of topics because there might be some things that are double. I've done so many nostalgic videos in the past. If there's anything that was double, I apologize. I still hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll try to do a live stream this Friday because there's a public holiday in the Netherlands, which means free time, and I believe the burning event's going on. I haven't played MapleStory in like 4 months already, so it might be fun to just, do a bit of leveling and chill. I'll be live streaming probably right here on YouTube, just so you know. I'll let you know. I'll probably post a message on my Facebook, on my Twitter, on my YouTube page if the stream is going to happen. Yeah, if you can't think of anything that was old school, just think of a class that I can play for the Friday live stream. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, see you next time.